An American ship full of weapons for Israel was stopped in Spanish waters. What seemed like a simple naval procedure became an event that shocked global politics. Sabotage or justice? Discover how an unexpected turn of events exposed the cracks in the world's most powerful alliance and revealed the true cost of standing up to Washington. What you're about to hear will change how you see global conflicts. In the waters of Algeciras Bay, two ships flying the American flag floated silently, loaded with a deadly cargo, weapons meant for Israel. They were part of a key supply run to bolster the Israeli offensive in the long and devastating conflict with Palestine. However, no one expected what happened next. Spain, in an unprecedented move, closed its ports to them. What seemed like a routine logistical procedure escalated in a matter of hours into a diplomatic storm of epic proportions. The United States, known for its swift response to any challenge to its power, was quick to react. The Federal Maritime Commission, a key agency in regulating American maritime trade, launched an immediate investigation. The accusations were clear. Spain had created unfavorable conditions for maritime trade and had to face the consequences. Possible sanctions include fines of millions of dollars and banning Spanish ships from American ports. But what led Spain, a prominent NATO member and supposed ally of the United States, to make such a radical decision? To understand this, we need to look at the principles behind this measure. The government of Pedro Sanchez justified the decision within a solid legal framework, both national and international. Spain's Law 53 of 2007 strictly regulates the foreign trade of defense material and sets clear limits to prevent its use in human rights violations. Additionally, the Arms Trade Treaty, to which Spain is a signatory, prohibits the transfer of weapons if there is a significant risk of them being used to commit atrocities. Israel, a key player in the Middle East conflict, has been repeatedly accused of serious human rights violations against Palestinians. This context placed Spain at a moral and political crossroads. Should it collaborate with the American military power or stay true to its ethical and legal principles? The decision to block the ships was a clear message. They would not contribute to a military escalation that, in their view, would only worsen the suffering in the region. The United States' response, however, was blunt. From Washington, this measure was interpreted as a blatant betrayal, an act that undermines trust in a key NATO member. The phrase of former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger resonates strongly in this context. To be an enemy of the United States is dangerous, but to be its friend is fatal. And the fact is, for many analysts, this situation reflects the inherent tensions in the relationship between allies who don't always share the same priorities. The United States, which is not a signatory to the Arms Trade Treaty, has repeatedly shown that its approach prioritizes the interests of its arms industry over ethical or humanitarian concerns. The repercussions of this crisis go beyond maritime trade. If the Federal Maritime Commission concludes that Spain has deliberately harmed American interests, the sanctions could have a devastating impact on the Spanish economy. Maritime trade, one of the main gateways to international markets, would be severely affected if Spanish ships were banned from key US ports. This, moreover, could trigger a chain reaction within the European Union, whose members also rely heavily on access to American markets. But the most troubling question is how this situation will affect NATO. Spain, with its strategic location and military infrastructure, plays a crucial role within the alliance. The Rota and Moron bases, used by US forces for operations in Europe, Africa and the Middle East, are key assets for NATO's operational effectiveness. If these tensions worsen, the alliance could face an unprecedented challenge. On the other hand, this situation highlights an uncomfortable reality. NATO, officially an alliance of cooperation, functions in practice as a scheme of domination led by the United States. Washington's unilateral decisions, often made without consulting its allies, have generated growing discontent among European members. Ultimately, this crisis raises fundamental questions about the nature of international alliances and the limits of national sovereignty. Is it possible to maintain an independent stance within a bloc led by a power like the United States? How far are European allies willing to sacrifice their principles to preserve NATO unity? What is clear is that the world is watching. Spain's decision to block the passage of these ships has sent a powerful message. Justice and human rights must prevail over political and economic pressure. But at what cost? The outcome of this crisis is yet to be written. For now, the standoff between Spain and the United States continues to escalate, and the consequences could redefine the balance of power within NATO and beyond. What do you think about this situation? Is Spain an example of ethics in international politics, or is it playing a risky game with a superpower? Leave us your comments and share this video so that more people know the truth behind this confrontation. As we delve into the complexities of international relations, it's impossible to ignore the significant role Vladimir Putin plays in shaping the geopolitical landscape. The relationship between Russia and the United States is a tapestry woven with threads of cooperation and confrontation. Since his rise to power, Putin has been on a mission to reaffirm Russia's influence on the world stage. This often puts him at odds with the interests of the United States. From Russia's interventions in international conflicts to its strategic energy policies and its stance within NATO, every move made by Putin resonates through the halls of global politics. We will explore how Putin's actions have not only defined the current dynamic between Russia and the United States, but also what these actions mean for the future of international relations. How will this intricate dance of power and influence unfold? And what implications will it have for the balance of power worldwide? Join us as we unravel Putin's multifaceted role on the ever-changing geopolitical chessboard. Do you believe Putin's strategies are strengthening Russia's position, or are they pushing the world towards greater instability? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video to generate more debate on this crucial topic. Putin's influence is undeniable, and his decisions will continue to shape the global future.